My name is Gino da Campo. I'm a chef born and raised in Italy. For Italians, the most important thing in life is food. Let me show you how mouth-watering ingredients have shaped my home country.
It was one of the best things that I ever eaten.
Join me tonight for a roasted Roman treat.
I love the sound of the crackling porchetta.
I discovered the secrets of the Italian deli.
He just told me, if the pig ate well, then you gonna eat well.
And I prepare a very pleasing pasta dish.
Right now, I'm the happiest man alive.
This is my Italian escape. Rome, the eternal city. Italy's capital is exhilarating, romantic, and magical. There is something inspiring here for everyone, and I've come to Rome for my own special reasons.
I come here to eat Italian food because I really believe that this is the capital of Italian food.
If you look at the boots of Italy, Rome is on the knee, and it was the first place I came to after leaving chef school.
Here is where I kind of rediscovered what Italian food is all about. Because, from school, from the catering college, you only get just a little bit of what it's going to be like cooking Italian food. But then when you come to Rome, you understand why Italian food is so beautiful, it's so colorful, it's so rich with flavor, but yet very simple to prepare.
Italy's capital has always been home to the rich and powerful. And where you find power, you find the best food. Rome's elite ensured that meat of the highest quality was always on their menu. And for a chef like me, the best place to get that true flavor of the city today is in a specialist Roman deli. Italians with a taste for fine food will always choose to come to a deli over a supermarket.
The way they organize the deli is second to none. The variety of the food, the color, the way they display the food, and also the way they interact with customers. They give it to you, they explain it to you, they feed you when you go there, and this is what is inspirational about it.
I've decided to cook a typical Roman recipe, pasta carbonara. So I've come to the city's old meat-packing district to find my main ingredient, pancetta, air-dried belly of pork. Claudio Volpetti has been running one of the best delis in the capital for over 40 years, and I'm sure he'll stock the pancetta I need.
Buongiorno, buongiorno, buongiorno. Come va? Tutto a posto?
Tutto bene?
Che si dice?
How are you?
Fantastico,
How are you?
fantastico. Can I have some pancetta, please? Because I'm doing a carbonara.
Guanciale,
Guanciale?
no pancetta. For make a pasta is guanciale. Guanciale is this part. Pork,
The cheek
pork.
of
yeah.
the pork.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. Show you?
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah?
Yes,
Thank you.
please. He just told me off because I asked for pancetta for my carbonara, and pancetta comes from the belly of the pork. And he said, no. The best part of the pork to make carbonara is the cheek. I didn't know that. See, that's the beautiful thing about Italian, that you always learn something new, and I like it.
Eccolo qua. Guanciale is a no sec, no dry.
Not dry.
No,
okay.
no. This is very
Can I
guanciale.
taste a little bit?
Oh yeah. It's nice for make all pasta, for special pasta
Carbonara, parmigiana.
but it's nice for eating.
Just to eat it
Oh
like that.
yeah, because it's no salami.
Sweet.
Oh yeah.
It's very, very sweet.
Oh yeah, now we'll try. Oh yeah.
Let me see.
It's absolutely delicious, salty, sweet, and very moist.
It's important.
Yeah.
Claudio tells me that during cooking, guanciale produces a sweet fat and stays softer than pancetta, which tends to crisp up. and he offers me a chance to sample the pancetta as well.
I like this guy. He's feeding me, and that's what I like.
This is a pancetta. Is very different. This pork is very pork.
I love when he says, this pork is very pork.
Oh yeah. Maybe when is
It tastes gorgeous, like delicate salty bacon with a very light texture. And Claudio has an explanation.
Cosa hai mangiato?
He said, when you buy pancetta, or when you buy guanciale, or when you buy Parma ham, you shouldn't really ask the question to the person behind the counter. You should ask the pig, what did he eat all his life? Because if the pig ate well, then you're gonna eat well.
Well, this little piggy has eaten very well, so I'm going to take pancetta and guanciale for my recipe.
Eccolo qua.
Grazie, Claudio.
A good work.
Grazie. Grazie.
My pleasure. Ciao.
What an experience! All I need to go with these wonderful ingredients is a very special occasion.
This has to be the coolest place ever where I've cooked anything. I mean, look at the back. I've got the Colosseum behind me, a beautiful evening, and it's only fair that I'm going to show you a traditional Roman recipe. So what I'm going to prepare for you is bucatini alla carbonara.
For this pasta dish, the star ingredients are eggs, cheese, and the meat I've just bought. The guanciale looks so tender, it will taste amazing with the pancetta.
That's it. Now that I have my meat nice and chopped, let's cook it.
Butter will give the meat a lovely rich flavor when it cooks. And a splash of olive oil stops it from burning.
Now is the time that the guanciale and the pancetta go straight in.
You can always use streaky bacon here instead. This Roman bucatini pasta is hollow, so it can hold more sauce.
So you can imagine if you got a thicker spaghetti with a hole that it goes from one end to the other. But before we cook the pasta, is one thing that is very, very important is the water. What we want boiling hot water.
And don't be shy with the salt.
That's it. So bucatini goes in there.
Onto my fresh carbonara sauce, and I'll promise you, it's really simple.
2 eggs, they're gonna go straight in there.
I'm keeping this recipe strictly Roman, with local pecorino cheese.
You perhaps are more familiar with Parmigiano Reggiano, Parmesan cheese, which is made with cow milk. Pecorino is made with the milk from the sheep.
Carbonara comes from the Italian word for charcoal. Legend has it that this dish was invented by charcoal makers who only had a campfire to cook on and few ingredients.
There is no cream in my carbonara. There aren't any mushrooms. There aren't any peas, because I'm showing you a traditional carbonara sauce.
To finish, some finely chopped flat leaf parsley.
Parsley goes straight into the eggs. See, this is the beautiful thing about Italian food. You can get 2-3 ingredients, put them together, good quality ingredients, and you're just gonna create a masterpiece. So we got our pasta ready, nice and al dente, the pancetta and the guanciale hot, and our eggs mixture. Now is the time where you have to be very quick and mix everything together. So get your pasta, like that. With still water coming down, it goes straight into the pancetta. Can you see that sizzling there? I need a little bit of the heat from the pancetta and the oil to completely cook my eggs. So mix everything together. Take the pan away from the heat when you add the eggs in there. Mix everything together for about 10 seconds, very, very quickly. The heat from the oil is going to make sure that the eggs, they're going to be cooked. Serve it straight away. straight into your serving plates. Fantastico. And there you have it. Colosseum in the back, bucatini alla carbonara on my plate. Right now, I'm the happiest man alive.
And I'm about to get even happier. Coming up, it's bad news for pigs.
No vegetarians here in Ariccia.
And it's great news for me.
This is going to be something new for me.
I've come to Rome, once the hub of a great empire, home of popes and emperors, and a breathtaking walk through history. As a chef, it's the most inspiring place I can think of.
Every time I come here, I will always find an ingredient that, number one, I've never seen it before. Number two, is probably done it differently from the other region of Italy. So to me, Rome is just tells me food, food, food. And that's the reason why I love it.
The ancient Romans feasted on wild boar, and that passion for pork continues today. The town of Ariccia is 30 kilometers from Rome's city center. Romans flock here for one thing: Ariccia's world-famous porchetta, slow-roasted boneless pork that's stuffed with garlic, seasoning and wild herbs. And it's on every restaurant menu in this tiny town. Alberto Cavallari has been serving up the town's legendary dish for 50 years.
Albe,
Ciao Gino,
come va?
bene, grazie.
Tutto a posto?
Tutto a posto, benissimo.
Look at my porchetta there.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Wonderful, yeah.
And let's hope that the vegetarian fashion doesn't pick up here in Ariccia, because otherwise...
We don't know vegetarian humans.
No vegetarians here in Ariccia.
Ariccia.
Why is it so special around here?
Because we put in the porchetta some ingredients that are unique, like rosmarino.
So rosemary is the main herb.
In the country, in the south of Rome, it's
So
typically...
you use typical ingredients
Yeah.
from Rome.
Yeah.
Enough for the talking. All I can think about is eating this mouth-watering pork.
I love the sound of the crackling porchetta.
Oh yeah.
I'm going in. I can't wait anymore.
Tu stai mangiando?
I can't wait.
I can assure you, this porchetta tastes even better than it looks.
This is the best roast dinner I ever had. The meat is nice and moist. The rosemary, the garlic, the salt and the pepper is coming through amazingly. I'm so impressed.
I
can
love
see
it.
why the Romans come up here.
Oh.
Very clever people. Bravo, Alberto.
For the full porchetta experience, the succulent meat must be eaten in rustic Italian bread.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Stai bene.
Grazie.
Ariccia's porchetta recipe has remained unchanged for years, but I'm keen to find other Roman dishes which are far, far older. So I'm off to visit a chef, famous for her traditional food. Anna Dente has been called the queen of Roman cookery. For 40 years, she has been keeping alive a style of cooking that is centuries old. Without her determination, many authentic Roman dishes would probably have disappeared.
Buongiorno Anna.
Buongiorno.
Già stai cucinando?
Eh sì,
Che si mangia? Senti godore.
questo è
Ah,
broccoletti.
this is already the best smell you can find in any Italian kitchen. Garlic, oil and chili.
Why just boil broccoli when you can have something so tasty like this?
In the UK, we throw the leaves away and we only eat the broccoli. In Italy, it's the other way around. The delicacy is actually the leaf.
Quello che ci vuole è il peperoncino e l'olio buono. Beh, non so proprio.
It's fresh, fragrant, and with just enough of a kick. But it's Anna's classic Roman meat dish of stewed oxtail that caught my attention. Recipes using cheap cuts of meat were popular amongst the working classes in the late 19th century.
La cucina romana, questa è una cucina povera anticamente, adesso si è rivalutata con, diciamo, con l'evoluzione del mangiare, è tutto il gusto.
Like any big city, Rome has had many immigrants, and they have influenced the cuisine.
L'uvetta.
She said very, very big Jewish community in here. And that's the reason why you have palm kernels, raisins, and chocolate, which is very simple. I had no idea that Roman people would use chocolates, especially in a recipe like this one.
Anna believes you can't get dishes like this in central Rome, because young chefs aren't trained to use traditional ingredients. They are really missing a treat.
Well, what I like is this interesting chocolate. It just works really, really good. Really good.
With poor people's cuisine, nothing was wasted.
Queste sono le animelle.
Anna's next dish uses veal sweetbreads, the thymus glands, which many people wouldn't dare try.
I need to watch this because this is going to be something new for me.
Anna fries the sweetbreads in just olive oil and garlic and throws in meaty porcini mushrooms.
Everybody should experience this amazing smell that is going all over this kitchen. It's just incredible.
She finishes off the dish with chopped parsley. It's so simple, just a handful of ingredients.
Sono buoni. Danno energia, no?
I can only compare the taste to a delicate fried chicken liver.
This is one of the best things that I ever eaten. I'm so glad that I found Anna because I was really worried that these kind of recipes here, eventually they will disappear. But now that I found Anna, I know for a fact that they will be here for many years to come. It's magnificent. E queste io me le mangio tutte.
Mamma mia, non te posso.
I am completely blown away by Anna's simple food, so I've decided to create my own Roman dish.
So what I'm going to show you now is how to prepare lamb cutlets in honey and rosemary sauce served with a fennel salad.
I'm kicking off with a dressing for the fennel salad. It starts with flat leaf parsley and extra virgin olive oil. Then some fresh lemon juice.
And squeeze straight over the extra virgin olive oil.
And a bit of seasoning.
Just whisk everything together. And now to make it lighter, I'm going to add water a little at a time. Now, can you see what's happening there? The dressing is getting very creamy without using any other fats. Nice.
In with the parsley.
And whisk him one more time.
I adore that aniseed taste of fennel. I'm not using the outer leaves or the hard hearts.
A lot of people throw it away. I like it.
Slicing the fennel thinly keeps the salad crispy and light.
Make sure that the dressing coats the fennel all over.
Before I fry the tender lamb cutlets, I'm going to use the Romans' favorite herb, rosemary.
Strip the leaves from the stalk and go straight into the oil. The flavor of the rosemary is releasing into the oil. This is going to give a fantastic flavor to my lamb.
I'm allowing the cutlets just enough time to brown and no more.
Crispy outside, nice and tender inside. Now what you have to do is very important whenever you cook meats that you rest the meat before you serve it.
All the lamb needs now is a delicious sauce.
I'm going to use a very Roman ingredients, which is honey. Romans absolutely love honey, and I'm going to use that as the prime sauce for my lamb. Just make sure that you mix everything together, because what's going to happen is going to get all beautiful and caramelized.
Fantastico! Everything's ready to serve. The fennel salad goes on first, and I hold it all together with that other Roman favorite, sliced pancetta. Next, the lamb cutlets. I make a little wigwam with them.
And the last thing we need to do is to drizzle my honey and rosemary sauce on top of the lamb. Look at that. Lamb in rosemary and honey sauce with a fennel salad. Simplicity at its best.
It's time to say arrivederci Roma, goodbye to Rome. But I'm sure I will always find inspiration in the food and the people of this beautiful city.
You can find all Ginos' mouth-watering recipes and more in his accompanying book, Ginos' Italian Escape, out now from all good retailers.
Next tonight, David has been left in no doubt that Nick knows the truth, but what next in Coronation Street after the break? Then Piers Morgan talks to Brian Blessed in Life Stories at 9.